It includes Hispanics and African Americans and Asians and the poor and the middle class.
The official theme of the night was Make America Safe Again.
Make America safe again.
Make America safe and great again.
It's time to make America safe again. Who would trust Hillary Clinton to protect them? I wouldn't. Would you?
Hanging over the evening, Sunday's murder of 3 police officers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Today we saw new surveillance images of the suspect, Gavin Long, masked and dressed in black.
There is no doubt whatsoever that these officers were intentionally targeted and assassinated.
And we heard from the alleged shooter himself, a former Marine, in this video he made and posted online.
It's a time for peace, but it's a time for war. And most of the times when you want peace, you gotta go to war.
Blue lives matter in America.
Night one of the Republican convention also had some celebrity touches. Willie Robertson from the reality show Duck Dynasty.
America is in a bad spot, and we need a president who will have our back. And I can promise you this, no matter who you are, Donald Trump will have your back.
And Scott Baio, famous for playing Chachi on Happy Days.
Hillary Clinton wants to be president for Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump wants to be president for all of us.
While tonight's events were tightly scripted and choreographed, the convention got off to an unruly start for Trump.
Delegates, once again, I need your help and your cooperation.
An outright revolt on the floor.
You are ignoring delegates who have been elected to this convention.
Anti-Trump Republicans tried to force a roll call vote on the convention rules, which bind the delegates to vote for Trump. Nightline was right there as the rebels put their plan into action.
This is the 10 states. Oh, yeah.
At 12:45 this afternoon in a building in downtown Cleveland, we had the only camera in the room as a group called Delegates Unbound stuffed the petitions they'd gathered into an envelope.
I gotta hurry. So we have the signatures.
The signatures were handed off to this man, a former senator from New Hampshire, named Gordon Humphrey, who would now take over the effort to stop Trump. The senator and his compatriots tried to find the secretary of the convention to hand her the signature.
The secretary is absent. So, big mystery.
So at that point, the insurgents walked straight through the heart of the convention floor on a quest that would make modern convention history. Finally, they found somebody to whom they could hand the signature.
And you are stating that you are authorized to accept petitions?
Yes, indeed, it's okay. Let me present. These are petitions from the majority of delegates.
Not long thereafter, the chairman of the convention came to the podium and basically rammed the rules through.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
Pandemonium ensued. As the chairman simply walked off stage, we saw the type of discord you basically never see at modern conventions. One guy threw down his credentials. The entire Colorado delegation walked out, leaving rows of empty seats. These conventions are supposed to be love fests.
Well, yeah, this is love here.
This is love?
In the biggest possible way.
Finally, the chairman came back on stage and ran the vote again.
Those in favor of the rules package will say aye. Those opposed shall say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
Same result. So what do you think of what just happened there?
It was a travesty. It was a sham. It was a fix.
Isn't this all going to redound to the benefit of Hillary Clinton?
So what? If they're going to conduct themselves in that way, by that I mean the RNC, then they have no business winning any elections anyway.
It's hard to overstate what a huge departure this was from recent conventions, where the nominating process is usually more of a formality.
Protect our freedom on land.
20 years ago, on the eve of the Republican convention, Nightline anchor Ted Koppel dismissed the relevance of the whole exercise.
This convention is more of an infomercial than a news event. Nothing surprising has happened. Nothing surprising is anticipated.
But nothing is simple in this year of Trump. And that floor fight today was not the only unusual development. In another break from tradition, Hillary Clinton was out on the trail. Usually the candidate from the opposing party lays low during the other team's convention. Not this time.
What can I do? What can I do to stop this dangerous, divisive candidate from getting within 1,000 miles of the White House? Well, I can tell you it is not enough to yell at your TV screen.
And then there was this. The man who ghostwrote Trump's iconic bestseller, The Art of the Deal, came forward to say he regrets helping push forward Trump's career.
This is a man who has more sociopathic tendencies than any candidate in my adult life that I've observed. And so, yeah, I do regret writing the book.
And, of course, there's another challenge facing Trump, a raft of no-shows here at the convention. The Bushes aren't here, neither is John McCain or Mitt Romney, and more than a dozen sitting U.S. senators are staying home. GMA's Lara Spencer sat down with Trump's daughter, Ivanka.
Was that hurtful to hear, though, that some major figures in the party would not?
No, that's their choice. You know, if they don't want to be part of the narrative, if they don't want to be part of the future, that this really is about a forward-looking moment.
And we will hear from Ivanka once again on Thursday night when she speaks in primetime before her father, Donald Trump. Next here, being Melania Trump. She is one of the least vocal members of the Trump family, but tonight there she was, front and center. How she went from living in a communist Eastern Europe to becoming a successful model to becoming the wife of the man who could be the next president. And later, a new wrinkle in the Kanye West-Taylor Swift feud. This time, it's Kim Kardashian West weighing in. Tonight here on the stage behind me, Melania Trump stepped firmly and really quite confidently into a spotlight she has often avoided. It was a dramatic culmination to day one of this unconventional convention and an extraordinary twist in a remarkable life. Here's ABC's David Wright with the first installment of our series, Being Trump.
An incredible woman, Melania Trump. Thank you very much.
Tonight in Cleveland, on the country's biggest political catwalk, a former model auditioning to be America's First Lady. She's the only woman up for the top job in the East Wing.
My husband is ready to lead this great nation. He's ready to fight every day to give our children the better future they deserve.
If the other side wins, it'd be First Gentleman Bill Clinton breaking the glass ceiling. But Melania Trump would be historic, too. Not since Louisa Adams, nearly 200 years ago, has America had a First Lady born outside the United States.
Like me, he loves this country very much.
For more than a year now, since her husband came down that escalator and into the political maelstrom, Melania Trump has tried to stay out of the spotlight. As she told Barbara Walters, she's busy.
How do you feel about campaigning?
Well, it's my choice not to be there. I support my husband 100%, but we have a 9-year-old son together, Baron, and I'm raising him.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs?
Even after Donald Trump picked a public fight with Fox News' Megyn Kelly,
only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
It took Melania Trump 3 months to appear on the campaign trail, defending him.
Would you like to say hello?
November of last year at a rally in South Carolina.
Good evening. Isn't he the best? He will be the best president ever.
But whenever Trump's attitudes towards women have become an issue, she has been an able defender.
No matter who you are, a man or a woman, he treats everyone equal.
You know your husband has come under fire here and there for making disparaging remarks about women. Does this bother you?
It doesn't bother me. He treats everybody the same. He talked about men as well, not about the women only. Maybe they just go into a little bit more details when he says something about the women.
Before she was Melania Trump, she was Melania Knaus from Sevnica, a modest factory town in Slovenia. This was her home.
We met for the first time.
Before the Donald, there was the Yuri, who says he was Melania's ex-boyfriend.
She was never a typical Slovenian girl. Very, very classy.
At age 18, she signed with a modeling agency and embarked for the fashion capitals of Milan, Paris, and New York. A genuine cover girl.
She was a stunning beauty, you know.
This one is British GQ. Antoine Verglas captured that now famous image.
For that type of shoot, she was perfect.
Melania, how do you do? How do you do?
Donald and Melania Trump make no apologies.
I think people will always judge. Maybe they will say, oh, the past that you have, the way you were modeling. That's part of the job that I was doing. I was a very successful model.
If I'm lucky enough to win, the public will be so lucky to have Melania as the First Lady.
The feeling wasn't always mutual.
He came with a date. So he asked me for the number, and I said, I will not give you my number. So if you give me your numbers, I will call you. And he was known as kind of a ladies' man. And but we had we met a week later,
and then it was okay.
Yes, we had a great chemistry the first time.
They married at Trump's Palm Beach estate in 2005, a lavish affair attended by Bill and Hillary Clinton. Since their wedding, Melania has shown some of her husband's entrepreneurial spirit.